Good morning, students. Standard 9, Subject History, Chapter 7, Science and Technology, Module 1. Children, science is an essential element in daily life. Basic knowledge of science is mandatory for everyone as it makes life easier and opens our mind in many ways. As science is completely based on facts and experiments, it doesn't change with time. Scientific knowledge allows us to develop new technologies, solve practical problems, and make informed decisions, both individually and collectively. Because its products are so useful, the process of science is intertwined with those applications. New scientific knowledge may lead to new applications. What is technology then? Technology is inevitable in our everyday lives. This is because life without technology is pointless in today's dynamic world. In fact, technology seems almost inescapable in the current year, so much so that we likely take it for granted every day. Technology brings us together tools to promote development, use, and information exchange, and has its main objective of making tasks easier and the solving of many problems of mankind. For the best use of technology, today, if you find something out, it's no more strenuous than a couple of clicks. For many of us, we don't even need to move from the spot, isn't it? So, science and technology has definitely made our lives easier. In this chapter, we shall study India's achievements in the areas of science and technology. Also, we are going to learn about the important institutions in the areas of science and technology and their contribution to India's progress. Indian Atomic Energy Commission. India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, wanted to nurture a scientific temper and bring about the nation's progress. From this perspective, he set up the Indian Atomic Energy Commission on 10th August 1948. Dr. Homi Bhabha was appointed as the first chairman of the commission. Hence, Dr. Bhabha is also known as the father of India's nuclear program. Initially, he was the founding director and professor of physics at the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, TIFR. Bhabha convinced Jawaharlal Nehru to establish the nuclear program in India. He advocated for the peaceful use of atomic energy and was against manufacturing atom bombs. In 1954, Dr. Homi Bhabha was honored with the Padma Bhushan. If you look at the first picture, you'll see that when he advocated peaceful use of atomic energy, this is what he meant. That is, to use nuclear energy for creating nuclear power, for healthcare management, food and agriculture, research and development, water resources, and also to develop nanotechnology. India's oldest nuclear reactor, Apsara. It was commissioned in the year 1956 and it is a nuclear reactor that functions on atomic energy. In 1969, an atomic power station was set up at Tarapur. A reactor research center was set up at Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu to successfully use thorium for generating atomic power. The role of reactors is important in developing atomic power. There were some other factories that were established to manufacture heavy water that was needed for generation of atomic power. They were set up at different places like Vadodara, Talcher, Tuticorin, Kota, etc. An institution called Heavy Water Projects was set up to carry out research on manufacturing heavy water within the country. It was later renamed Heavy Water Board. If you look at the third picture, it shows us the Dhruv reactor. The Dhruv reactor located in Trombay at BARC, that is the Bhabha Atomic Research Center at Trombay, was made operational on August 8, 1985. This enabled India to develop nuclear weapons and it gave India an independent source of plutonium free from safeguards. The Dhruva nuclear reactor uses uranium as fuel. At this center, 350 radioactive substances are produced. Again, they are not used for any destructive purposes. Rather, they are used in industry, agriculture, and medicine. The fourth picture is that of the NPCL, that is the Nuclear Power Corporation of India. This company was set up in 1987 to generate electricity from atomic energy. The objective of the company is to master and develop the technology to generate safe, cheap, and environmentally profitable power and make the country self-sufficient. Students, in the previous chapters, we have learned about the nuclear explosions that were conducted in Pokhran in Rajasthan. The first nuclear test was successfully performed in Pokhran on 18th May 1974. In consonance with the policy of again using nuclear energy for peaceful purposes. It was detonated on the army base at the Rajasthan Pokhran test range by the Indian Army. It was the first confirmed nuclear test by any country outside the five permanent members of the UN Security Council. So it was a proud moment for India as well as a big achievement towards attaining self-sufficiency. The reason why India took this decision was China's nuclear capability and Pakistan's desperate efforts to acquire nuclear weapons with China's help. In the first picture, you see Dr. P.K. Iyengar, who created and designed the bomb, while Dr. Raja Ramanna was the project head. The explosive yield was estimated to be around 8 kiloton, that is, it weighed about 1,400 kilograms. Dr. Homi Setna, the chairman of the Indian Atomic Energy Commission, and Dr. Raja Ramanna, director of the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, played a major role in conducting this nuclear test. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi took the decision of carrying out a nuclear explosion at Pokhran. And why was this site chosen? Pokhran was chosen on the basis of the required criteria for the location of the nuclear test. That is, a nuclear test is always conducted far away from the human settlements and a place where there are no water reserves so that it does not cause any damage or pollution to the water as well as problems to the people living around. The second nuclear test was conducted on 11th May 1998. India carried out this second nuclear test to prove its nuclear preparedness. Three tests were done on this day. One of them was the hydrogen bomb. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee assured that there will be no first use of nuclear weapons by India. Why was the second nuclear test conducted? In the second picture, you will come to know three detonations happened, like I told you earlier. The first was an atom bomb, the second was a hydrogen bomb, and the third was a sub-kilotron device. Former President Abdul Kalam and Dr. R. Chidambaram were the chief coordinators of Pokhran 2. That is, this was the time when Dr. Abdul Kalam was not the president. He was a very famous scientist who had a major contribution towards the second nuclear explosion in a second test explosion rather at Pokhran. Thus, India became the sixth country to join the nuclear club. Also, because this nuclear explosion took place, this was uh, basically conducted to show our neighbors who were constantly threatening us with wars that even we are nuclear prepared. But the USA did not like this and they imposed economic sanctions on India immediately. Thank you, students. Refer to the Word document that has been given alongside. In the next module, we shall continue with this interesting topic again. Thank you for now. Stay strong, stay safe. Have a wonderful day ahead.